Hey. Welcome, everyone, to another version of whatever we do on a regular basis here by doing these little interviews in the Zen Zone mindset. Hope everyone is well wherever you are. As you know, we like to interview some of the members, and I'm very excited this morning because one of my favorite people from Norway, her name is Amelia. Now, I gotta get this right. Fjellvard. I
Yes.
never know how to pronounce your last name.
No, it's difficult. It's Amelia Fjellvard.
Can I just call you Amelia?
Yes, of course.
How are you, Amelia?
Abs- I am great. And you?
Very, very good. I am excited to talk with you because we haven't talked for a long while. We met on Facebook, just like I met most people through the COVID situation. So why don't
Yeah.
you first give me a quick update on your life? How are things going in Norway? What's it like with the COVID thing?
It's like everywhere else, I guess. I mean, Omicron has now 80% of all the people who catch this
Right.
has Omicron. So this is good because it's not so strong. And people are not getting really sick over here. Some few, of course, but the situation is okay. We are opening up a little bit again. We've been
One.
closed for a month or two.
Wonderful. One of the things, when I think of you and I think of our conversations in the past, the one thing that, I mean, there's a lot of qualities you have, but the one thing that stands out that I love particularly is your expertise in dancing. What's
Yeah.
your background? Were you always a good dancer? Did dancing start right from an early age?
Yeah, I started 3 years old and been dancing all my life and done everything. I've been a professional dancer and I've been a instructor and a dance teacher for a lifetime, and now I'm a dance therapist. So yeah, it will stick with me for the rest of my life.
What does that mean, that a dance therapist? What does that mean?
It means more than now I make people aware more on what dance actually do to you and how you can use dance to or body movement to free energies. And if you have some feelings that you don't even know about, the intrinsic, we have all this intrinsic memory in our body, and by listening to certain types of music you can move certain types of your body and and you can heal. And it's chakra dancing, it's ecstatic dance and things like that we use to, for instance, if you are very, like in Norway, it's a lot of cold weather, it's very dark, and people are sitting in their houses, they are easily depressed, stressed by COVID situation or whatever. So what I want them to understand if they come to me is that we can actually very easily switch our vibration by dancing. And now, instead of only dancing, I tell them the effects. So we go in depth what actually happens when you move your body
So
and
this,
why should you do it. Yeah.
this is fascinating. You know, as I'm listening to you talk about dancing and the physical body, I realize as coaches, we're immersed every day with everybody talking about mindset, 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 mindset. Now, I know that you and I deal with the mindset to some degree, but
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like it's overplayed and you don't
Yeah.
hear about the other aspects of who we are, whether it's my main focus, which is communication, or your focus of dancing. So tell me more about the power of dancing. Let's say, how would I say this? Would you say that dancing could be equally as powerful as, let's say, someone doing mental affirmations? Could it be as powerful?
Absolutely, and even more so. I mean, always, if I do an affirmation, that's good. But I mean, some teaches that you can write your affirmation 50 times a day and for like 66 days or whatever. Boring. For me, it's boring. So for me, I think when you put some nice music on and you say your affirmation out loud, maybe you don't mean it in the beginning, you are like shy, and like if I have a client and we start doing this, I say just bounce with the music, just wave like the wind or whatever. And then when they are a little bit relaxed, I say, for instance, what did I do with you once? I said, I give myself permission to love myself. You know, I give myself permission to whatever comes to your mind. And then in the end, they stand like this, you know, they open up and they say, I give myself permission to be good enough, you know. So what happens is that if you just write your affirmation, you don't bring your feelings into them, your emotions, you know, bringing the body with you. You embody what you say, you mean it. So maybe you don't mean it in the beginning, but then after a while you just, yes, I am good enough, you know?
So I'm going to give you $1 million idea free right now.
Oh, I'm
was,
listening.
It was a term I was going to use a long time ago. I use it a little bit, but it's actually more applicable to you with dancing. Instead of using the word affirmation, use the word emotionation and talk about how you combine the mental with the emotional and the physical. What do I get from it? What do I get out of that?
A hug?
Oh God, that's not enough. No, so here's an interesting thing you're talking about this, is that when I look back at all my coaching career, many years, I don't want to say how many years, but a lot of years, 70% of my women clients benefited more when I said, blast some music, dance, go crazy, be outrageous. They ended up getting more benefit than they did from regular silent meditation.
We even say, because before being a coach, I was working as a teacher, and whatever I was supposed to teach them, I always did things. We were dancing some verbs and we did, and my students always remembered those moments. You know, every time I did movements with the practicing, they always remembered that all the tests were always really good when we did it that way. So I brought that into also the coaching, because I know that if we're just reading something or we writing our journal or whatever, we don't, something else happens when you stand up and you move and you listen to this beautiful music that you love, and you really bring yourself into it, you know, and you bring this feeling of joy. And whatever affirmation we use, we should always bring joy and happiness, because that's what universe will help us with. If we say, I am so grateful, I'm super happy, I feel this amazing joy, I mean, the universe will work so hard to get that to us, because that's the vibration we're at, or we're in.
So let me ask you this. Have you seen or experienced evidence over the years of people getting healed physically from focusing on dancing?
Oh, many. I've been dancing, I've been a dance teacher for like 35 years now, and I feel so blessed, because I had so many clients coming to me and said their life was changed. You know, their back pain or their knees or whatever, you know, and depression, or they didn't feel good enough, or they felt too overweight, or they didn't have confidence enough, or whatever it was. I've seen so many people go from being sorry that I exist to here I am. You know, and that's what we want. We want to own our life. We want to be proud of ourselves. We want to be happy. And when we get happy, we heal. we get less stress in our system. Our back doesn't have this pain anymore, you know, and with the dancing we also use what you said, well, the body in so many ways that it happens that the energies, we don't have these blockages. We
It kind
can
of
dance
releases the blocked energy.
yes,
Right.
and that in itself is really healing. So I can't say that this dance class or this kind of dance is the reason why the ones I'm thinking about now, why they healed. I don't exactly know what, but dancing is healing if you like it. If you don't like it,
I have a great idea. After all these webinars that people are doing, and sometimes I do, where we do a lot of talking, we should do something to try it out where we have dance and mindset, where we have a session like this where I focus a little bit more on the Zen zone and you focus a bit more on the dancing. And like we did one time, remember you blasted some music and we actually danced together? Or you were
yeah,
getting me to do certain exercise?
I will never forget that.
So why don't we do one together and see how it goes? I think it would be fantastic. It would be unique and because I'm doing a lot of collaborating with specific people with specific niches, and so we all get a chance to share with greater levels of audience as well. We should do something like that.
Yeah, I would love to. Just tell me when. And yeah, just tell me when. It will be fun.
That's
And
great.
it's a saying that says that if you're in your head, you're dead.
I know. It could also be called analysis paralysis,
Yeah.
or knowledge is power. When it comes to personal power and interpersonal power, knowledge is not power. The heart is power. The presence of mind is power. Getting into your body is power. All these things
Yeah.
are power.
But it's not only with the dancing, it's not only the dancing. When people hear the word dancing, they think that, oh my God, I cannot dance.
Right.
And they see these very difficult choreographies and whatever. I don't talk about that kind of dance. You know, I'm talking now about movement more than anything, right? And to learn how to hold your body, how to walk. That only that requires some practice, you know, to walk with proudness. How do you want the world to see you?
You're
You know,
talking
how
about
do
an
you,
overall physical movement.
yeah,
Yeah, interesting.
because
It's not just dance. You're right. It's not
no,
just dance.
it's absolutely not just dance. So it's
Wow.
so much more.
We're starting a movement here. See, you talk about movement. We're starting a movement.
Yes, let's
This
do
is
it.
good.
I'm
So this is
ready.
when we finish this session, I want to talk to you a bit about this because I think we're onto something. So if people, because you work with people beyond dance. So in a nutshell, because we're closing up here in a second, what do you do? How do you help people aside the
Well,
dance or aside the movement?
yeah, it depends on each client, but when a client comes to me, it's of course because they want to change something, some kind of belief system, or they want to be more have maybe more empowered beliefs instead of limiting beliefs. But how I work with them, I don't know before this person is in front of me, because I'm very intuitive and I'm listening to, of course, that person's story, and together we try to find the essence for the day, you know, the most important thing to.
Right.
And if I'm gonna use techniques like havening, if they have anxiety, or if I'm gonna just have a bunch of questions, or if I'm gonna say, hello, let's stand up here, you're too tense. Let's put some music on. It depends on.
It's a personal approach.
Yeah,
The personal approach.
very much so.
How do people get in touch with you, my dear?
Well, different ways. My website is almost there, but ameliafjellvard.com. It's my website. It's a coming page there at least now. So when they enter ameliafjellvard.com, they will come to a page. And then I'm on Facebook, Instagram.
Wonderful. So this has been great. I'm so happy we did this, and look forward to doing more and getting into the how we can combine movement with the Zen Zone mindset and do some interesting things together.
I just want to say also that because of my personal story, I help people to get from not only stuckness, but because I had childhood trauma myself for 15 years, I can help with severe trauma cases also, and help them from getting from all this pain and suffering into a more happy life,
Fantastic.
thriving.
Fantastic. Now, before we wrap up, I just want to mention, because the people who are members of the Zen Zone know the kind of work I do already, but something I want to share that is fairly recent is that I have a complimentary audio pack, confidence pack, for those that suffer from any kind of shyness, insecurity, timidity. The URL is shy2bold.com, shy2bold.com, and you can access some free guided meditations on confidence and also some other free videos that we're giving away. So just thought I would pass that along. Thank you so much, Amelia, for coming on board, and we'll do this real soon.
Yes, let's do it.
Let's dance. Let's dance,
you.
Amelia.
Yeah, let's dance.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.